Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Monster Motors, that Just Talk Real Talk, the place for real thoughts and real talk, you dig? On a little quick lunch break, so I'm gonna get this video out because I've been thinking about this, right? So Dave East went to the Max B party and all that, right? And you got a lot of people, you know, in their titles, they saying, yo, either they questioning it or they saying that, yo, was Dave East disloyal or is Dave East disloyal? Dave East is wild younger than Jim Jones, Max B, Fabulous, and Mano, right? You gotta think, Dave East could have been could have been. He's from Harlem. He's a fan of Max B. So because he's on this podcast doing business with Jim Jones, he's supposed to not fraternize with Max B or go salute Max B and not praise him, but salute him and say what's up because this is somebody who he actually looked up to. But he just got into this podcast relationship with Jim Jones. I'm pretty sure in the music they they're from Harlem and all that. But it was a time when Jim Jones was talking behind Dave East's back saying, yo, he ain't no real Harlem nigga. He ain't, because Dave East be on the east side by 1199, but they also said he was in Queens and all that. You feel me? So Jim Jones was trying to say, yo, he ain't a Harlem nigga, and da-da-da-da, and then Dave East got wind of them niggas talking behind his back, and he did a post on IG and all that, where they came together like, Jim Jones is like, yo, my fault, I ain't mean to come at you like that or whatever. Not on no soft shit, but just like, yo, I ain't gonna come at the young Harlem nigga like that and say he ain't from Harlem. So that was the thing that happened. But anyway, right, Dave East displayed what Mano was supposed to display. You know what I'm saying? Being a man, being your own man, especially in this situation, because the beef is not even that deep. It's not even that serious. Nobody got hurt. It's probably serious to Jim Jones in his mind, but from the outside looking in, reality, that shit is not even that serious for it to keep going, right? Unless what Max B was saying really hit a certain nerve. You gotta think about that. What Max B was saying about Chrissy hit a certain nerve, whether it's not true or true. You feel me? And I feel like that's what Jim Jones is really still going off on. It's not about none of the little scuffles they had with Dipset but I did see a video where they caught Jim about one of the studios and all that, stalled on him and all that. But Jim been through multiple joints. I think he's even cool with Lil C's and them Brooklyn dudes and P Gutter and all them after that situation happened at the Rucker Park. So how you can't make amends with Max B? But also, right, this is another thing I want to say, right? Max B is a 40th nigga, but he's from 40th and Lennox. But the whole 40th, right? Heard a nigga up here say, yo, the 40 Wolves. No, 40 Wolves is 7th and 8th. That's up the block, homie. But still, you got big homies from 40 block, 40th and 7th, speaking of Max B. You know what I'm saying? And that big homie, my man Dap, also be with Jim Jones in the little Jim Jones studio. So I think in the future, we might see Jim Jones and Max B. Well, Jim Jones put the whole Max B beef to the side because you got other people that's still gonna fraternize and mess with Max B, especially uptown, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Jim Jones, downtown, but he rock with mad uptown niggas. My nigga Talking Trigger, my nigga Triggs. He rock with Dap. He rock with a lot of 40th niggas. Max B is from uptown. He's a 40th nigga. So Jim Jones with the whole Mano shit, that's different. The joint with Dap, how can you tell Dap, oh, nah, that's my enemy? You can't even say that because Max B knew Dap and uptown Harlem niggas for mad long. You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones, yeah, been up in Harlem and all that, but he just started, like, you know what I'm saying, spreading love, showing love, putting other artists on, not just now, but been like the past few years, like, you start putting people on, start jumping on people's tracks, a few people from 40 and all that. So it's like, if them people that he been dealing with start to jump on tracks with Max B, what's gonna happen then? You gonna cut them off? I don't think so, because a lot of times, the relationships with uptown, with 40th, is what's keeping them, I'm not gonna say keeping them safe, but that's keeping them Harlem, because if it wasn't for the uptown relationships, he'll just be a downtown nigga in that one area, you feel me? But Jim is able to bounce around, move around and all that, and able to say, yo, I'll be uptown and downtown, you know what I'm saying? But listen, man, I'm about to go back on my little shift and all that. I'm gonna hit y'all back. You there? But listen, yo, back to what I was saying, right? About the whole Max B, and when it come to Jim Jones trying to, look at other Harlem dudes like, yo, if y'all messing with Max B, y'all cross me and all that. He can't do that with Harlem, right? Because Max B is actually from uptown. He's from 40th. He's a 40th boy, you heard? But like I was saying, I'm putting specific emphasis on, he from 7th and Lenox, more closer to Lenox. 40 Wolves Block is 7th Avenue. 140th between 7th and 8th, but it's 7th Avenue, you feel me? But in all reality, still a 40th boy, you feel me? But Jim Jones, right? He can't cut ties with people that's, messing with Max B, because if he cut ties with people that's messing with Max B, he cut ties with Uptown Harlem, you feel me? A lot of Jim Jones beefs was with Uptown Harlem niggas, like Gangsta Lou, Men DC, Max B. I don't know if he had beef with Loon, but most of the majority of his beefs came from Uptown niggas, you feel me? So with him blending in with niggas from 40th and doing music with them and all, that kind of keeps him, not keep him safe, because nobody want to hurt Jim, but it kind of keep him safe. Also, when it comes to the Rucker Park, like I said, Jim Jones is from downtown, so when he come uptown, after all that 1 hour Willie blah blah blah, he in the Rucker Park, and some Brooklyn niggas jump him that he beefing with, you're not gonna have uptown niggas from Polo Grounds jumping in to help Jim. But if it was Foster Projects, they would have jumped in to help Jim. So a lot of people look at that too, like, I know I'm switching the topic and all. Oh, you Harlem niggas let Jim Jones get jumped, nigga. It's sides and it's areas in Harlem, nigga. You feel me? This is why him trying to blackball Max B or try to get people not to mess with Max B, especially in Harlem, is not gonna work. But that's not gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. You see Dave East, you're gonna see other rappers from different boroughs that go holla at Big Avell and all that. We gotta be real. But yeah, I just wanted to say that one more thing about how, like, if Jim brings that attitude that he tries to bring with Mano, with the business relationship and Brooklyn dude, he can't do the same thing in Harlem, because it will also cut off his ties. But he tied in too. Jim is a Harlem nigga, so it's not. I think it's gonna be more of yo, put this issue aside. We got business to do. You got the studios and all that. Max B could have a section, a room where he could get wavy paws. You feel me? And do a podcast or whatever, like entertainment, whatever. You feel me? I don't know, man. Y'all comment down below. Tell me what y'all think, man. It's your boy Monster Modus, that Just Talk Real Talk, the place for real thoughts and real talk, you dig? On my way to the next job. Don't get caught slipping, and stay off that social media, man.